Good evening. Good evening. And welcome to this week's edition of Good Neighbor Talks. I'm your host, Deon Hill. And we have a special guest today because our regular host is not going to be able to be with us. So I went and just found somebody.
Wow.
I found somebody that was willing to actually talk to me for an hour, talk with me for an hour. And actually, this person I actually really want to do it with her anyway because why, Toya? Because this subject I know is important to you, especially with the type of work that you have done in the past when it
Right.
comes to dealing with people and people in need. So
Mhm.
I figured when we talk about we'll be talking about SNAP benefits and relative to the government shutdown and how that actually affects the LGBT community at a higher rate than the non. So we got two allies today, both of us
Mhm.
on the board. First of all, hey Toy.
Hey. Hey everybody. How y'all doing this evening? Everybody tune in and share the live, y'all, because it's definitely gonna be an interesting discussion.
So this really is like a really important to me, and it has always has been because first of all, I'm gonna be full disclosure. Until about 15 years ago,
Hmm.
I didn't know what Snap was.
Really?
I didn't know well, growing up, I never knew the real term. And for those who don't know, because you might be like me, SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program.
Yes, it's right.
But I always just said food
It
stamps.
was just food stamps. Right,
It was
right,
just food. It was just that's how I was just brought. It like you on food stamps,
right,
or people would just automatically go, and you on welfare,
right.
which is two separate different things.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
It's two totally separate different things. And for our audience and for people that anybody is watching this, I think the misconception is that when people are on food benefits or people that are on SNAP, that they are like unemployed or they're lazy or just any type of derogatory thing that a lot of times the media and people in power and people that are
Mm-hmm.
anti, helping,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the poor. It's
And it's
not
just
like
not the
that.
case.
Majority of the people are working people that go to work every day that
Right.
have jobs that may not actually make what we a sustainable, livable wage. They're just
Mm-hmm.
getting by, paying their bills, keeping the lights
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
that SNAP actually supplements so whereas though they can have food for them and their family.
Right.
And the crazy thing is, I'm just want to throw out like the percentages. Like a lot of people all automatically just think when you think about supplemental programs, this like they think about the poor and they always put us in it, black people.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here to tell you automatically, we wouldn't have anything in this country if the majority didn't need it.
Right.
So when it comes, there's over 42 million people on SNAP benefits.
Mm-hmm.
37% are white,
Right. True.
26% are black,
Mm-hmm.
and 16% are Hispanic.
Hispanic. Mm-hmm.
Now, it hits for this purpose of with us, it hits LGBT even harder. Almost 2 million LGBTQ adults are on SNAP, which is relative. It's like
Mm-hmm.
15% of LGBT adults are on SNAP. Out of that amount of people that are on those SNAP benefits, and it's relative because lesbians or bisexual women, but 2/3, and this really like 2/3 of people that are LGBT that are on SNAP have disabilities.
Right. Mhm.
So, I mean, this is a problem
It is a
that
problem.
we need to really dig down and look into. And there's no way that, I mean, we had our meeting this on Sunday, and my whole thought process, and I'm gonna let you speak after this, is when you hungry
Mhm.
and you can't eat, and you got some kids and they can't eat and they looking at you talking about, you get desperate.
You do get
This is
desperate.
an all out
Mhm.
attack
Mhm.
on poor people. And
Mhm.
when I say poor people, it's like literally you can go to work, but the majority of the people that are on SNAP are a family. They make under $35,000 a year. I remember when 35. If you made $35,000 a year and you was in a two family household and they y'all both made 35,000, that was,
Mhm.
you did good. The issue is,
Mhm.
and now when you make that money, and you can attest to this, if you make that, then they most of the time they they kick you off of SNAP benefits.
They do kick you off. Mhm. Yep.
Um, Now today's the 30th. Um, November 1st is like a deadline.
It's Saturday, right?
As we
Mhm.
speak, um, there is 25 states and the District of Columbia has sued and tried to get, they actually have a court hearing today, and the judge is going to come back with a decision today
Mhm.
or tomorrow to see if they'll release the funds for SNAP on November 1st.
Right.
Because what I want to educate people on this. The government has money in a
Mhm.
fund.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I see you nodding your head. They
Mhm.
have $5 billion as a contingency plan with the U.S.
They don't want to use it.
DA, but the Trump administration
Mhm.
says they don't want to release those
They don't want to use it.
funds.
Yeah.
And on
Mhm.
top of that, there's a secondary backup fund of that has
Mhm.
$23 billion in it.
Mhm.
So there's many states that have to come out. Like for instance, we're in Delaware. The governor has enacted a state of emergency. So whereas though people that are in Delaware that get SNAP benefits will receive a weekly payments to cover they would just do it weekly and out of state funds to cover this.
Mhm.
And it's like only 7 or 8 states that are doing that
Right.
out of the 50. Some states are donate, like your former home state of New York has donated $30 million to food and worth of that money to the food banks, so people
Right.
can go to food banks and get money.
Yeah.
I've been rambling, giving the numbers and everything. I want,
Right.
I want,
So,
I want
isn't
your
that money that
reaction.
isn't that money that they have supposed to be in case of emergencies like this that they don't want to
You talk
release?
about the federal
The
government.
fund, yes. Isn't that money supposed to be for
Yes,
cases like this? So I'm kind of confused why they don't want
yes.
to
You
release the money, but it's ridiculous. And but you'll be surprised how many actually, it's not surprising, but how many people from the community are actually homeless and on the streets and actually need to utilize these benefits. Because I worked in side of a food stamp or SNAP building before, and they would come to my office looking for assistance, either trying to get benefits, medical, or employment. So now with this shutdown going on, it's gonna be hard for a lot of people, as not just LGBT, but for everyone, because at this point now we're just all one. At this point, who are receiving these benefits and who's being affected by the shutdown. But it's just gonna be a crazy situation right now. Oh, so this is what I was gonna say. So now that if once they do the shutdown, people are already struggling to pay bills as is. So now they have to add the food portion onto their budget. It's gonna is a lot of people is gonna go if they have a place to stay, a lot of people's gonna go homeless, or it's gonna be a lot of stealing and just robbing and stuff going on. So now these stores and stuff, they know about the shutdown, so they're trying to put different actions in place where they're not their stores are not getting robbed. But like you said, Dion, there are the food banks and stuff who will be helping out. There's a lot of different organizations right now that are stepping up to help out the community. So that's a good thing, you know. So you think it's gonna really affect people that bad for November if they go to these food banks and stuff? How bad do you think it's gonna affect people? It's the holiday season, so
Well,
I don't think it's
one
gonna affect
thing
people as
is
bad.
that
I'm sorry, as bad.
yeah, but
Because I've seen, especially during the holiday season, these food banks, they give out turkeys, they give out a lot of stuff. And you should see those lines. I'm sure it's going to be double this year, but those lines are typically around the corner. But like I said, I'm sure it's going to be double this year. But what you think?
well, I mean, it varies, but like I said, in Delaware, where we live, that they are going to the state is going to pick up the the backlash because they see that is, and I'm upset because one of the states that my where I'm from, New Jersey, is one of
Hmm.
in Paris. New Jersey is not doing anything for anybody.
Wow.
They're basically saying November 1st they don't have they can't do nothing for you. Same
Wow.
thing with it's the same thing with in Texas and the same thing in Florida. Um, uh, and those are states that this current administration won. When you talk about Texas and Florida outright, so whereas though states like Louisiana, another red state, has
Hmm.
they're putting out the state is putting out their funds. It's like Colorado, New York, Virginia, um, where this is relative to and to the LGBT community. And I know what you when you say it's hitting everybody, but usually like it hits people that are more vulnerable harder. That's
Yes.
why, like you said yourself, um, now people they basically budget their money to pay their bills, and they have
Hmm.
this. They count on that. They rely. That's the
Yes.
difference.
Yes.
Disproportionately, black people and other minorities, which include the LGBT community, those 2 million people rely on those benefits
Yes, they do.
for food. It's
Yes.
not like that's an extra. So
Right.
now I can go get me some salmon and some shrimp and go get some steak. This is their milk and their water. This is and I'm being full disclosure. Like it was when years ago when I first moved to Delaware and I got custody of my kids. It was the first time, and I was a single dad, and I was working like shitty job,
Right.
barely above minimum. So I got like because I had sons, I got like $500 or $600 a month in EBT, SNAP benefits or whatever, and that was crucial
Hmm.
for. Imagine that's why I've lived this. 3 boys, 10, 8, 6.
Hmm.
They eat. The children eat, but I had to budget that $600. We used to go.
Yeah.
We did one shopping for the month on that $600 because anything that I brought in between my 1.2 part-time jobs,
Hmm.
making minimum wage at both of them, working 7 days a week, I couldn't. That had to keep the lights on and
Right.
pay the rent.
Mhm.
So I can imagine, and I know it because I lived it. When you rely on those things,
Mhm.
it's like boom, this $600. This is what we doing. Clipping coupons, getting going to get those 5 for 20 packs of meats,
Mhm. Mhm.
shitty
Yep.
meats,
Yeah.
shitty meats
Mhm.
and processed food or whatever,
Right.
you know. And this was other than adding some cash to get some milk or water or something like that, some bread throughout. That was what we needed to do.
And if you
So,
didn't have that, it would have been tough,
oh, I
right?
couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't
Mhm.
imagine. I couldn't imagine it at all. And
Mhm.
it had been time. It had been times that I personally have been to food pantries
Right. Mhm.
um at certain times, and that's another thing I want to devote. I want to go off a little bit about, but I have an issue with people that use food pantries and like on the like they go weekly or go monthly and this that and other,
Mhm.
and they don't and they don't need to.
Right.
I think that
Yeah.
those things, and not personally, but I know people that I am friends with or used to be friends with or have known in the past that where as though they had people in their family, whatever, or they would go to the food pantry weekly or go to different churches and go to different ones. And I always had an issue with that because I was like, yo,
Did they need it?
you work, you do like you're taking from somebody that really
That
can
actually needs
use
it.
that and
Mhm.
really needs that.
Mhm.
Whereas though you just have an abundance of stuff in this refrigerator and you filling up that freezer, and now your pantry got all these canned goods and you got boxes of canned goods in your basement and this that, like you basically stocking up for the Cold War or invasion,
Right.
and you taking away from
People
people
that
that
really
actually could use
need it.
this.
Mhm.
And I know you can speak to this because you work in this field and you see people. It's people that really need these resources. Talk to me about how many people that actually are working people that are on this on SNAP benefits.
I'll say it like this. The position that I actually, this is not now, guys, because I switched divisions, but the position that I had before, we actually helped homeless people get employment, helped them with food benefits, helped them find housing, shelters, and things of that nature, right? It was a few of us, but you would be surprised that we became our own clients. Even though we working and we making our certain amount of money, we still utilize um these same things that we was providing, these same services we was providing, we was utilizing the same services. Because like you say, even though you people think, oh, anyone that receive benefits they're not working. No, they are working people who are that need benefits and who are receiving benefits. You could have a salary of 40, of 42, 43, 4,400, like 44,000, whatever. But after taxes and stuff is taken out, you have no money. You're basically working minimum wage after all the taxes are taken out. But when you go apply for these benefits, because they look at what is it, the gross income, I believe it is, and that's what they look at instead of deducting all of the taxes that are taken out and then using that number. But we were using our own resources. We'll go to the food bank once a month, or like when I would take my clients to the food bank, I will also get something sometime as well because we still needed the services, but yeah, it's crazy. But like I said, you'd be surprised at the people who are actually providing these services. They actually need them as well. So they be on them lines too. They really be on those lines getting food if they not too proud. You know, some people are too proud to go get the assistance they need. But when you have children and you have to feed your children, you have to do what you have to do. Because like you said, Dion, at a certain point, these kids is gonna be looking at you like we're hungry. What's going on? You know, because we are the protectors. We are the providers for our children, and it's just getting crazy. And I'm sad to hear that Jersey is not going to be doing anything for their people. You know, you put certain people in these offices, and now they're basically not doing anything for you. So that's really saddening to hear right now. So it's going to be a lot of looting in the streets real soon. So. And I just feel bad, honestly. Like I said, I seen a lot of people from the community, LGBT community, come in because you got to realize they become homeless because they was actually kicked out of their homes, you know, for being a part of the community. They were shunned from their families and they had nobody. A lot of them are sleeping on the streets in Wilmington. I'm gonna tell you that right now. A lot of them, you know, because they
Hmm.
have nowhere to go and they rely on these benefits, you know, and with them being taken away, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is that's how the ability so they be able to feed themselves. They can actually get they can get some type of em- um, some vegetables, some actually some real nutrition.
At
Um,
this point, nobody
but
even worried about that right now. Like, but they just willing to take whatever they can, and that's what's going to happen. They're going to just take whatever is being offered to them just so they could survive. Just to they have to eat to survive, so they're going to be taking anything at this point. You know, it might not be good for them. So now we're talking about now people eating all this trash food. So now a lot of people is going to be more in the hospital because certain foods was not is not going to agree with them. But I feel like it's all about to be a revolving door as far as the no food, then people's going to be in the hospital and stuff
but
like
you
that.
know what the
It's going to
craziest
be a
thing is
mess.
when I'm looking at this. So I checked and looked and see what states are doing to counteract this. And
Okay.
okay, I got the list:
Okay.
California, Virginia, Louisiana, New York, Minnesota, New Mexico, Connecticut, Hawaii. Wow, you think Hawaii, beautiful. Hawaii's put $2 million to food banks and has open applications for a separate relief program. Colorado has used $10 million in the general fund to support food banks. South Carolina is um, taking care. Iowa is supporting food banks. Delaware is pointing residents to food banks, but also the governor said he's going to actually fund it on a week to week basis. Um, States involved in the lawsuit include Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, seeking the judge to order the USDA to use the contingency funds to pay. If you didn't catch at the beginning, the federal government has money and they have these contingency plans. This
Hmm.
is just an all-out assault on poor people. Not even to mention that in the coming year or two, 3 million people are going kicked off a SNAP period anyway that are on it
Hmm.
now,
Hmm.
because of the cuts.
Hmm.
And I used to say that you had to be on Ritz crackers and sewer water to get anything from the government,
Hmm.
and it's going to be absolutely true.
Hmm.
Um, literally. Uh,
I'm
I
feeling
don't
like
know.
they trying to see how what's gonna happen in November. I feel like they knew that some of the like the mayor's stuff and whoever is in office will step up and provide some type of assistance. And it's gonna be November. We're gonna see what happened in December. I don't know. Is this something that they feel? Because honestly, I try to stay away from listening to certain things, but I know what's going on, but I'm not too in depth with it. Is this something they feel like they're gonna continue?
It's being used as a pawn to actually you get their bigger agenda passed. So they pushing it to where as though that sorry that they they're not able to pass a budget to actually fund the government. And usually how it works is you get like a continuing resolution. Basically, the government funds itself. They print money. People always can talk about being in debt and how much of it. People don't give a shit about that.
Mm-mm.
Republicans don't give a shit about debt when they're in office. They spend more money on they spend. The current administration is bulldozing the East Wing and making a fucking ballroom in the White House. That's going to cost
Mm.
millions of dollars. So
The,
it's off. It's only when it comes to daggone poor and marginalized people they always use those people as a pawn because they know people don't want to see starvation. People don't
right.
want to see people keep losing their health care. But when you actually are, when you're an elite and you don't have to worry about it, for one thing, I don't want to get off on a tangent. One thing about, but one people that if you're a capitalist, you only give a shit about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You only care about what your family's doing. You only care
Mm-hmm.
about how much money you making. Everything in a capitalist society is doggy work.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah.
poors that can't afford food, I, they need to do better, work harder, try to do this, that, and other.
Mm-mm.
Not knowing that,
How much harder can you work?
but because
It's
that's the
ridiculous.
point.
Right.
People are being in jeopardy because of being who they are and their circumstances about where they live. And even if you do work harder and you make money, the cost of living has increased while the wages haven't. I don't know if people know this. The federal minimum wage is still fucking 7 fucking 25 an hour. It's in those states down like Georgia, Louisiana, South Carolina, Mississippi. It's those. It's still that's the minimum wage in fucking 2025. It's high 25 30% of states that and down in the South that rely on SNAP benefits. It's like this is just all out war on poor people.
Poor people.
And many of
Why
those
is it a
poor
war
people
on the poor people?
voted on this for the administration that's doing this to them.
Why a war on the poor people? I'm not. It's like
Because it's the easiest thing. Because if you don't have money, you can't fight back. Money is influence. You work. It's the capitalist. The
this is
capitalism.
something like we was talking about last night. It's all about control. They just trying to have control on everyone. It's like, oh, we know you need these benefits, so what are you gonna give us to receive this? Like they want to have some type of control, or here you got to do this in order to receive this. I feel like that's what
It's
is
yeah. It's
ridiculous.
leverage. When you have
Hmm.
leverage, you use it. See,
Sure.
it's been a war on not. It's still it's a war on our nonprofit, on any
Yeah.
nonprofit.
Yes.
It's war on anybody that is not the status quo.
Mhm.
It's not lily white
Mhm.
and just different. And this country is this country is vast and diverse, but we're in a situation now where as though that is a negative by being other or different.
Mhm.
And this is just the one salvo because it's SNAP benefits, and then at the end of this year, the tax credits run out for um, the AOC, the Obamacare, you
Mhm.
know, and whereas though those tax credits are crucial to people that use, um, the state, the federal insurance,
Mhm.
which I am one of them.
Mhm.
I'm one of the people that use that. So whereas though my and I have uh, prescriptions. I take 11 pills a day. I have high blood pressure and diabetes, and those prescription drugs for diabetics was negotiated to a lower price with the previous administration. So whereas though I went from paying out of pocket um, over 200 and something dollars a month,
Mhm.
$180 a month for my insulin, to actually going down the left whereas though it went to 35. It was a max. But and then the tax credit that I received made it whereas though I paid less for my health insurance. I already got there. I got the email last month
Mhm.
that it's my health insurance, my payments for the same insurance that I have now for the same thing is going to cost me four times the amount that I pay now. But I need that stuff to live
Yeah, I feel
every
like
day.
that's what's going on right now. It's like they taking away your food source and everything. I feel like they just want people to just die or something like that, like or start killing each other. They just want the poor people to just take each other out or something like that because it's gonna be a lot of crime. Even though it's like
And that's my fear too.
the first month
Because you're
it might not
desperate.
be. Yeah, you're desperate, and yeah, the first month it might, like I said, it might not be that bad. But if it's 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, it's gonna get ugly in the streets.
I
Okay.
I I I hope it doesn't get to that. I hope that this judge actually makes them force them to pay out this money, and they come to some type of negotiation, and they're able to fund the government because it's now at 30 days and it never goes this far.
Wow.
But but to be honest, it never had to go this far because you were dealing with people that were willing to negotiate and be fair.
Hmm. Right.
Um, and it's just these are unprecedented times when it comes to politics and it becomes to just evil. Um,
And
people
that's what it
don't.
is. All right.
Well,
All evil.
people try to blame the current president. Presidents don't make policy.
I about to right.
They don't. They're a figure. There is the administration, and you have your other elected officials that make the laws and that make policy. That's why I'm saying. These people, it's many other people that's going along with this fallacy. There's that old decrepit man in there. Right? He is not the one that's making those laws in Iowa.
Mm-mm-mm.
He's not the ones that's making the laws in Louisiana and in Ohio and all these other states. Like it's all out war against people that don't have money, the people that want to use different pronouns, that want to be who they want to be, and
Mhm.
who actually just want to live life and
Mhm.
not fall into their particular box. So I think people need to actually stop focusing on that one demigod and
Mhm.
actually focus on the big picture of everyone that's all out against you, especially if it's on a local level, because that's where you live at. You know,
Right.
I mean, this is good neighbor talks, and everybody wherever you at, and you don't have a good neighbors because they making decisions that are against you.
Right.
You know, and I mean, I don't know how it's going to get better other than people what a lot of people are doing. Like I got my mother texted me yesterday and asked me how much we had leftover fish in the freezer from our fish fry
For the fish fry.
down the.
Mhm.
She asked me how many pounds was in there, and I told her, and I was just when I said, "Oh, what you? Why are we talking about? We talking about next year's fish fry?" She
Right
said,
now, right?
"No." She told me no.
She
I'm
wants to give it
I'm
away
going to give it away to my
to the
people out there.
church.
So
And
with the SNAP benefits. She said
okay.
it's like 20 pounds. She's like, no, I'm going to give it to them. I want to see how much was in there
Mhm.
to her neighbors.
Right.
I seen a post from my aunt in Atlanta, and she posted a bunch of different resources that was in the
Mhm.
area for like where people can go get food and people now it's basically people in the community, the grand community,
Yeah.
where you live, are actually being good neighbors
Mhm.
and making sure that everybody has something and trying to pull those people up.
Yeah.
For this broadcast, I need to implore people to do that for your LGBT cousin,
Yeah. Yes.
brother, sister, niece, nephew,
Right.
you know,
Family. Right.
because
Friends.
they being shunned.
They
It's
are.
it's always just like what they always used to say, if back in the day, if master got if master got a sniffle, then we got a cold,
Right.
you know. And it's the same it's the same thing. Shit flow downhill.
Mhm.
So I already told you that a higher percentage of LGBT adults are on SNAP benefits than
Mhm.
non-LGBT adults.
Mhm.
It's 15% in the country, and it's plenty of people as you as can test in little small Delaware. How many people
Mhm.
that
Yes.
was unhoused
Mhm.
LGBT and they relied on those benefits. Not even to
Yes.
mention talk about. I mean, not to talk about, but the current position that you have now with this, the state dealing with people with disabilities. Two
Mhm.
thirds of
Mhm.
LGBT people
Yes.
or have disabilities and
Disabilities.
they're on
Right.
SNAP benefits.
Yep.
These are all higher percentages than non-LGBT.
Yep. And then
So
somebody like you said, I work with individuals with disabilities in residential homes. Those those benefits help put food in those in their fridges. And is I don't know how that's gonna work right now But it's a lot of people that are of the community who are disabled and who are in these residential homes who utilize these benefits. And with these benefits being taken away right now, it's going to be hard for them to um to have a meal for sure. It's going to be bad, and I feel bad for I feel bad for the people who are affected um or who are being affected by this situation right now. So,
And this can affect anybody just like that.
mhm,
Um, you get hurt at work and you don't have short term or long term disability, you don't have money coming in. Now, uh, or even if you do have, long term disability or some short term disability for that's still only a percentage of your pay. So now
yeah,
you have no, I'm saying, for instance, you had like, oh, you could go to your state office, your local office, and be like, you know what, this is where I'm at,
mhm,
making this amount. Now you can get some, so at least you can get some food, and that's out the door.
yeah.
I mean,
People definitely need to get the nails.
everybody is a slip and fall or accident away, or having some type of shit, having some type of health issue away from needing stat benefits.
And this would be the perfect time.
Honestly,
This would be the perfect time for everyone to come together and figure something out. LGBT people come together, allies come together, and just show the support and just provide to your communities. Because we all we got at this point. All the fighting and stuff is we should put that to the side and figure something out. So it's yeah.
absolutely. And I mean, we've been we've been preaching this sermon for 5 years.
Yeah.
We've been telling everybody in some other way, in every little town hall, every little meet, Sunday tea, every little event we have, that like
But
we
people don't really
need.
start showing up until shit hits the fan.
Oh
That's when
yeah,
people want to start coming together when shit hits the
yeah,
fan and they
yeah.
is nothing else that they can do. So hopefully this will start bringing people out and reach out to us here at IME and let us know that you want to help, what you want to give back to the community. How can you assist? How can you assist us with providing back to the communities, y'all? Come on. If you have, we even would take hygiene kits. We'll take canned goods. We'll accept those things. You want to go out into the community, set up a table, contact us and let us know. We will not have a problem with assisting with that. We
Yeah,
won't.
yeah, we need to. If somebody out there, if they have resources and they know what wrong, so we can share them.
Yes.
Is very prevalent, especially so we can share with people that are in the community and that are in need of those resources, and
Yeah.
and
Because
even
when you go ahead, babe.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was about to say because now that people they're not getting the food benefits, they have to take away from other things, so they're gonna be needing assistance regardless. The community is going to be needing assistance. Now they have to provide food for themselves. So now they might not be, like I said, they might not be able to get no hygiene stuff. They might not be able to buy no clothing to keep warm. It is getting cold. Winter is right here. It is getting cold. Okay, so that people are going to be needing assistance. So like I said again, let us know, y'all, because we need to figure something out. LGBT community allies unite. Okay, step up.
Uh, on that, we could call it. Before I want to call it, I want to relay. Uh, what's it? The October 30th. So we're basically about 6 weeks away from our holiday
The
party, and I
holiday
know,
gala.
yeah,
Mhm.
holiday gala.
Mhm.
And I know it's might be in poor taste because we talk about SNAP benefits being shut down, but this is also something that we like to do for the community and celebrate our year. It's more, and we have awards for many people that have been crucial and that you feel as though has been crucial to the community throughout this year. So we're taking donations. We have early bird tickets,
Mhm.
and it's been a rough year.
Yes.
Um, it's been a rough year for all of us. It's been a rough year for the community. But we're still standing and we're still here. We want to celebrate that. So not you need to, people. This is something that you should put on it to attend.
Mhm.
If you look back at our past holiday parties, it's a gala now. It was a holiday
Mhm.
party, but good food, good music, um, uh, great venue,
Mhm.
and it's a great family atmosphere. And no one can say who's ever attended one that it disappointed. So
Mhm.
I want you to. We are inviting everyone that's allies included, because
Mhm.
shoot, the last couple of years, it wasn't just us two or three or four of us, people
Mhm.
from the board. It was, it was heavy ally membership,
Right.
that showed up. So, um, I'm actually inviting everyone to
You're invited.
buy a ticket. And if you can't make it on December 13th, send a donation or
Yes.
purchase a ticket,
For someone else.
and we can give them to somebody less fortunate
Mhm.
so they can come and enjoy um, some of the festivities. Every year, my mother and a couple people of my family, they purchase tickets and we give them away because
Yes.
they're unable to attend because they live out of
Mhm.
state and working or things like that. But we, by giving somebody else the opportunity that may not have that, that 40, $50 to come, and it's crucial. It's a great thing
Mhm.
because they have a great time,
Yes.
and it's that many times they don't have a family of their own to
Mhm.
share, to celebrate the year with, and
Mhm.
we try to provide that atmosphere for them.
Right.
So I'm going to be talking about it more as it
Mhm.
goes up, but we're getting to that crucial time because we're like 6 weeks out. I'm sorry to you. You wanted to say
Right.
something about that?
No, I was just saying with everything that's going on, a lot of people is gonna be down and just feel like losing hope or giving up. But don't let that stop you from coming to the holiday gala and having a good time with us, because we want to relieve you from all the stress that you've been going through. We want you to come. We want to be that family for you. That we want to be that friend for you. We want to lift that heavy burden off of your back and just welcome you. So that's what we want to do, y'all. And that's what we do every year. It's been what, this is our fifth. Um, it was a holiday party. Now this is the gala. It's the fifth, right, Leon? If I'm not mistaken, it's been many, y'all. But and every year, we we do these events just so you don't feel like you're alone. We do these events to just to just to have you come and just lift the any negative burden that you have on you, even if it's no negative burden that you have on you, you just want to come out and have a good time. Like I said, there's a lot of things going on. Don't let the negative stuff stop you from having a good time with us. Just hit us up if you are interested. You could email us. And oh, it's a little it's a little QR code up top right here, and scan the code, and it will take you to our page and give you all the information that you need.
Yep. Just scan that QR code and go, or go if IME court
www.imecorp.org. Go to
or
our
yeah,
website, y'all.
I
All
can't
right,
never
I got
I
you.
can't never remember.
It's fine. So yes, just go and if you're not even able to come to the events, just keep up with us because we do these live streams just to provide the education of what's going on in the LGBT community. Whether you are ally or not, Dion, he is the ally and he does the good neighbor talk along with other things that we do. Our team is just we are just always looking for different ways to push education to y'all. Always. We always looking for different ways because we want y'all to we need to get y'all attention so you can realize, look, we here. We're here to help. We're here to assist y'all.
You're never alone, and
You're
and,
not.
and we never and actually we are just stronger when we are in bigger numbers.
Yes.
And my gear on this telecast is to bring to educate people that are possible allies or allies and try to get them to understand that people that are in the community, they are us. But with that, all that being said, I'm just going to end our telecast for this week. And I'd like to thank you, Toya, for filling in this week.
No
And it was a
problem.
great conversation. And she'll be back at a certain point, I'm sure, because now she's just bouncing around, guest starring
I'm
on all these
bouncing show to show. Yes, I
on
guess that's
different
what I'm
shows
doing.
every week. So, it,
It's all
she's
good.
just our, you're a regular,
I'm
just
here
little
to
guest
help.
star. Yeah.
Yes,
So,
I'm here to
with
help.
that said, you guys have a good week and hopefully keep our fingers crossed. Know that this snap shutdown will not actually take effect in 2 days, and if it does, that hopefully the contingency plans is going to help and make
Hmm.
sure that the people get the nutrition and the
Hmm.
supplements that they need
Right.
because it's crucial.
It is crucial. Also,
With that
watch your
said,
also y'all make sure y'all check out our weekly blogs, y'all, because we have some very interesting blogs on our website. Check them out, y'all, and share them as well. Right? Leave us a comment and just communicate with us. We appreciate it.
with that, see you later, neighbor. Have a good night.
Good night, y'all.